Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News Midday starts now.
Good morning and thanks for watching 23 ABC News at 11 a.m. I'm Daniela Garrido.
And I'm Alyssa Flores. Happening right now, the joint memorial service for the two Porterville firefighters who lost their lives in the line of duty. Take a look. This is video from the live stream from the Porterville Fire Department. Fallen firefighters Patrick Jones and Captain Ramon Figueroa are being remembered by loved ones this morning. Both were killed in the line of duty last week while battling the Porterville Library fire. The service is just getting underway right now at the Porterville Church of the Nazarene. That service also being live streamed and shown for the community at two locations in Porterville, the Galaxy Theater and Landmark Christian Center as well.
New at this hour, a false alarm on a Greyhound bus this morning. CHP says a passenger claimed that another passenger was on board with a weapon. CHP says just after 8 a.m. this morning, a 911 call came in from a woman who said she was the girlfriend of a passenger on a Greyhound bus headed to Los Angeles. She was calling from home, but said her boyfriend said someone on the bus had a gun. CHP says they stopped the bus on Metler Road at about 8:30 this morning. Officials say that everyone on the bus was escorted off, searched, and it was determined that there was no weapon on board. The passenger who reported a weapon on board was detained by CHP and evaluated for drugs.
We're learning new information about a homicide in Southwest Bakersfield early this morning. According to Bakersfield police, officers responded to Pacino Court in Hartford Avenue just after 2 o'clock this morning. That's where they say officers found a man dead at the scene. BPD says the victim was outside of the building and suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. At this time, police have not released any suspect information, nor have they made any arrests. If you have any information on this case, you are asked to call Bakersfield Police at 327-7111.
And now let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Elena Rusk for a look at your Friday forecast. How is it looking, Elena?
Yeah, pretty quiet and calm out there. I went out to a school to read for Read Across America, and it was cold. Everybody was bundled up in their sweatshirts. And as we were talking about the forecast with the kids, I was like, yeah, it's t-shirt weather later today. And one of the girls said, I know, my mom watched this morning. So thank you, parents, for tuning in and to watching this wild roller coaster ride with us. This forecast for this afternoon, you see much warmer up and down the state because we had those high clouds coming through, and it was a seasonably cool morning out there, but now that high pressure is in control. So don't let those clouds fool you. They're pretty to look at, not providing any cooling. We're already up to the 70s here in Bakersfield. This is well above average, and it's not even lunchtime yet. So as we keep on climbing, see those numbers changing. 70s now in Taft and Maricopa. We're all getting well above average with more potential record-breaking heat this afternoon, just like we had with those 80s on Wednesday. Those were the first 80s of the year. You see some more today. That high of 82 this afternoon. Not bad, but it's more like April out there than late February. And the old record for today is 81. So record-breaking heat this afternoon with those 80s on the valley floor, 70s in the Kern River Valley and down into the Kern Desert, then 50s on Sunday. It's a wild ride in your forecast, and I'll show you that storm track that's causing it coming up.
The Kern County Public Health Department has confirmed that the flu death toll has risen once again. The department confirming 11 flu-related deaths for the 2019-2020 flu season. Last week, Public Health reported the number had jumped from 4 to 7. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention said influenza has resulted in between 9 million to 45 million illnesses, between 140,000 to 810,000 hospitalizations, and between 12,000 to 61,000 deaths annually since 2010. Kern County public health officials say that the best defense against the flu is getting a vaccine.
The Kern County Public Health Department also says they're monitoring 11 local residents who have made recent stops in China amid coronavirus concerns. If a person is showing symptoms of fever, coughing, or respiratory issues, then they are considered high risk, and the CDC quarantines these travelers for 14 days. Now, if a traveler is showing no symptoms and is considered low risk, then they're sent home, but their name is still shared to the State Department of Public Health because of their travel route. Kern Health spokesperson Michelle Corson said she is confident that the community could handle the virus. She adds that meetings with health providers and hospitals are already underway. And coronavirus fears have sparked a mad dash for cleaning products. Retailers like CVS and Walgreens say they've noticed an increase in demand for hand sanitizer, cleaning wipes, and face masks. The demand is so great, officials at CVS are worried there will be a shortage. Bath & Body Works says it's also seeing a spike in demand for hand sanitizer. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says the best way to combat coronavirus is by washing your hands thoroughly with soap and water.
The Bakersfield Police Department has released new numbers on street racing in the city. According to BPD, the department receives 4,000 to 5,000 citizen complaints about street racing each year. Officials have conducted 14 special operations since last November, resulting in over 170 traffic stops. These stops resulted in more than 130 citations and 26 impounds. The department plans to continue its work in the community to stop street racing. One possible alternative, Kern County Raceway Park is looking to host nights for drivers to showcase their cars and race legally. And the Delano Police Department will be cracking down on impaired drivers and improper licensing this week. A DUI and driver's license checkpoint is scheduled to be held within Delano city limits tonight. Officials say DUI checkpoints and saturation patrols are conducted in locations with higher frequency of DUI-related collisions and arrests. The department says in 2017, more than 1,100 people were killed in alcohol-involved crashes across the state.
One man is in custody facing charges of attempted murder after allegedly stabbing a man in Woodford Heights. According to Kern County Sheriff's Office officials, 38-year-old Young Van Ross was arrested Thursday at about 2:30 p.m. Van Ross is accused of stabbing another man near Mountain Shadow Road, northwest of Highway 155 in Woodford Heights. The victim is unknown to the suspect Van Ross, and the motive as to why Van Ross allegedly attacked the victim is still not clear. The victim is currently listed in serious condition.
A man is behind bars after police say a local family detained him and called for help, accusing the man of making an inappropriate advance on their teenage daughter. According to BPD, 37-year-old Rolando Castillo allegedly went up to a 15-year-old girl who was walking home on Thursday. He allegedly kissed her, tried to force her to kiss him, and apparently wrote his number on her hand. The girl told family and they had her set up a meeting with him. When they met, family members detained Castillo and even used pepper spray and a stun gun on him before police arrived. Castillo now faces charges including annoying or molesting a juvenile and battery.
The McFarland School District has 6 schools in it, and Measure B has to do with 3 of them: Broad Road STEAM Academy, Kern Avenue Elementary, and McFarland High School. The principal of the high school telling 23 ABC his campus is in desperate need of a new multi-purpose room. 23 ABC's Austin Westfall breaks down that measure.
We already have teachers that really strive to provide the best education we can for our community, but at the same time, how can you do that when you don't have the facilities to meet that need?
McFarland High School's multi-purpose room is used as the campus's cafeteria, but the problem is it can only sit about 140 students at a time during lunch, a fraction of the school's nearly 1,000 member student body.
When we start the school year out, it's 110, 115 degrees. Students are spread out throughout the campus, and they don't have anywhere really for shade.
Principal Justin Derrick saying it's also problematic when it rains. That's part of why the McFarland Unified School District is asking for $30 million in bonds in the upcoming election, known as Measure B. $16 million of that money would be used to build the new multi-purpose room, which has dining for 1,000 students and can also be used for assemblies. But that's only part of the bond money. Some would also go to Browning Road STEAM Academy, an elementary school.
What we're asking for through Measure B is an opportunity to not just do some patchwork at our school, but to completely renovate so they can have 21st century facilities.
That to match the Academy's 21st century programs, including their Maker's Space Lab with VR technology and Fabrication Lab with 3D printing, which at the time of our visit was constructing a prosthetic arm for a child in Porterville. Principal Diaz saying his school needs to structurally improve their facilities, one of which has been completely condemned due to safety concerns. They also need to completely redo their roofing, something they have in common with Kern Avenue Elementary School, where stain spots were visible on the library's ceiling.
It would mean just a much safer and inviting environment for all our students.
Principal Buhanda Medina saying her school would also repair some of their cement walkways and plumbing. Of course, along with any new bond measure comes concern from some that their taxpayer dollars could be misused. The Wasco Union School District Superintendent saying they can only spend money on the projects at the 3 schools.
None of these dollars can be used for salaries or any other projects.
Now, the $30 million bond would cost property owners $51 per $100,000 of assessed value per year. 55% of voters will have to vote yes in order for that to pass on Tuesday.